Hello, my name is Sebbi and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Tuesday, September 26, 2023. I'm super eager to continue talking about Iceland, but first I need to feed the cat and find out what this Enderman at my doorstep is up to. Hey you. What are you doing? Are you stealing something from my park? Huh. I think the Enderman has vanished. At least, it seems like it. I hope the Enderman did not change anything inside of the park. That would be bad. This would be very bad. Well, I think this is definitely an Enderman effect. A single block of dirt out there. But the park seems to be fine. Salmon are happy. And so am I, because this Enderman hasn't done any mischievous behavior. At least, no mischievous behavior I can discover. Cat, how about cod? I got so many cod already. Would be good if you are enjoying some cod for a while. Cat, do you like cod for breakfast? Well, the cat is ignoring me. I think the cat don't want to have cod for breakfast. Now you do. Here, have a cod. Okay. Took a while, but cat starts to purr. That's fantastic. Because it means I can now start to talk about Iceland. So far, I covered the first two. Ooh, maybe I can't. I can't start to talk about Iceland right away. So far, I covered the first 2 full days of the journey. Got him. So today we start with Wednesday, September 13th, 2023. I started the day with some workout in the sunshine. This was fantastic. This was really great. I basically kept up with my usual training schedule during the journey. It was a bit of a reduced and sometimes adjusted training program, but I kept up with my usual training schedule, so this was fantastic. It was really great to start every day with either a workout or a run before enjoying some breakfast and starting to explore the beautiful landscapes of Iceland. On Wednesday, we explored a coastal region with some fantastic cliffs and a very exciting rock formation. There are 2 tall rock formations that could have belonged to a cliff, but there was no cliff anymore around them, which made them really interesting. Was this an effect of normal erosion? Was it an effect of the Ice Age? I'm quite sure someone found it out. Some geology science people have most certainly found a reason for their existence. But as a as a normal spectator, it was kind of cool to see them and to wonder how did they evolve. So this walk along the coastline to explore these rock formations was really fantastic. We started with some distance to them, then walked past them to get to a lighthouse as our turning point. Walked past them again. Looked down to the waves that were splashing against the cliff face. And yeah, had some fun there. Had really some fun there. Okay, how do I get back to my ladder? Once we were done with this exploration, I grabbed some lunch. We always prepared something small for lunch. We took with us like some bread with cheese in my case, and some cookies. So yeah, what was a nice lunch break at the side of the cliff. For the second half of the day, we continued on to a beach area. Not the typical beach area where you think about white sand, blue sea, and yeah, tropical vibes basically. No. It's a stone shore, stone beach with black stones. So it's a completely black beach. And this beach is also known for its waves. Waves that are... Okay, this is definitely been caused by an Enderman, this block of dirt there. So I think I like to fix that one before fishing a bit more. The waves are somewhat dangerous because when you stand right at the waterline, you can't really assess the waves correctly. When you stand up a little bit higher, you can see, okay, there's a big wave coming in, but from the... Oh, I got so much paper already. I think I can stop harvesting the sugar canes. Maybe I should just store the sugar canes now. This chest is also starting to overflow. Okay, this chest now is full. Great. Can I... No, I can't. I can't condense things. Okay, I will turn you into paper, and then I think I have to take down the overdrive sugarcane farm. I have plenty of them. Do I like to... No, I think I like to keep these things in my inventory because I will most certainly catch some more of this junk. So the inventory will fill up anyways. Yeah, so you can't really assess from the waterline what kind of wave is coming up. And the waves, since being in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, can be kind of big. So if you're too close to the waterline and such a big wave splashes on the shore, it can easily wash you away and pull you out to the sea, which is most likely not good for your health. So there are lots of signs of warning. Don't get too close to the waves because there can be, they call it sneaker waves, as it's really hard to see when a big wave is coming in. So this beach, great. This beach is interesting. This beach also is interesting because there they placed some stones they previously used to assess the strength of fishermen. So there's I guess 20 kilogram stone, 50 kilogram stone, 100 kilogram stone, and 150 kilogram stone. Based on their strengths, they were assigned to certain classes, so the fishermen had to lift these stones in order to let the captain or whoever was interested in this assess their strengths. This is also a thing that is found in strongman competitions. So the strongmen also were excited about this and yeah, included this as some kind of event in their strongman competitions. There were also, this was kind of cool, two weightlifters from Norway, and they tried their luck lifting these stones. I think they managed to lift the 100 kilogram stone, but they struggled with the 150 kilogram stone. They got kind of close, but they did not manage to really lift it fully. So it's a true challenge. It's definitely a true challenge. We then continued from this main beach to a second beach area that can be reached by walking a little bit along the coastline. This beach is less crowded. It's more well, a little bit more solitude out there, because most people just get to the main beach, take a look at the waves, at huge waves, enjoy the scenery, but do not bother to continue on walking for a bit to get to the second beach. So this was cool to be there. The stones are always fantastic to imagine and to see some faces in the stones. One rock formation in the water looked a little bit like a sleeping dragon or something like that. So this was cool to see and fun to think about. Also, I found some, I think it was columnar basalt. At least it was a rock formation that was shaped a little bit like an armchair. So I could comfortably sit in this rock formation like in an armchair. So this was comfortable. This was super cool to relax a bit at the shore, to look at the waves from my stony armchair. Cool thing, very cool thing. And yeah, then to end of the day, we decided, okay, there's basically the West Iceland, like Iceland itself, has a road going more or less around it. But the center volcano, the center mountain with a glacier on top of it, has also a mountain pass road. This road is only available for 4x4 vehicles. Actually, we drove such a 4x4 vehicle. So we started to use this pass for our way home. We also had the intention to reach the glacier. We hoped that the road would also bring us to the glacier. This unfortunately was not the case. But still, it was very nice to get closer and closer to this glacier, to drive on this off-road road, on this 4x4 road. I had a lot of fun being the driver for the day to drive there. Also, this mountain is kind of famous. It's called the Snæfellsnesjökull. I most certainly mispronounced it, and I'm very sorry for all the Icelandic people that I butchered your language, but it's hard. It's very hard. Anyways, this mountain is also famous if you're interested and into the literature of Jules Verne, because the story of the journey to the center of the Earth starts on top of this mountain. They expected, or he envisioned the entrance to the center of the world from that volcano. So that's kind of cool to be at this historic place. So yeah, this was cool. And yeah, then after we realized, okay, we are not getting to that glacier, we still enjoyed the ride back home, where after some good dinner, we were rewarded with some northern lights. So we are really lucky to see a couple times northern lights. It was really cool to just stand there, look up into the sky, see the northern lights. They were nice, but not as nice as the next day. So yeah, let's just talk about the next day. Let's talk about Thursday, September 14th. Once again, we explored a little bit I think I really need a way to get rid of all this junk, because some of the things I won't need. Yeah, we continued to explore the coastal areas. First, we started with a walk along the beach, kind of close to our accommodation. I ran along this beach the morning, so did some running on Thursday morning. First, I explored a little bit this beach. Then I continued on to a lighthouse. This was not that interesting. Also, you had to climb a fence secured with barbed wire. So this was, I most certainly was not allowed to be there, but I really wanted to get to that lighthouse. So I did some kind of secret ops run to that lighthouse. And yeah, then I continued on to another beach where I just thought, okay, this is a beach, because I had big signs. Hey, here's a beach. As I explored these signs a little bit more in detail, so far I just saw them from the road driving by. I saw that there were some seals on the sign. So this beach was known for the existence and presence of seals at this beach. I managed to see one seal lying. What do seals do? I think they just lie. Lying on a rock in the water. I waved to him. The seal looked at me. I waved at him again. The seal continued to look at me. And yeah, this was our interaction. So, cool morning run. After breakfast, we explored the beach just by walking. It was kind of interesting to see things that have been washed ashore. So yeah, so lots of various things, dried fish, some other, I don't know, things that went overboard of a ship or so. Basically everything you can find at shore. Then we continued on to explore more of West Iceland. We drove to a small town that is the center for street art of Iceland. At least they called their town like this. So they invited, I think in 2018, 2019 or so, some artists to draw something on the walls of some of the buildings. And they did some great paintings there. All the paintings were related either to some Icelandic stories, narratives, or to some general Icelandic cultural things, like huge Viking ship with a huge Viking and a volcano and birds. Was there even a whale? I think there was even a whale. Yeah, there was a whale. So lots of cool things connected to Iceland. It was really nice to explore this town, to see all those pieces of art at the walls. Very cool, and also so random. I mean, there's this small little town on West Iceland, not even the capital also of Iceland. And this town is then famous for street art. Cool. It's random, but that's cool. It's very cool. It really amazed me. Then we continued on to a nice waterfall. The waterfall was not only to be enjoyed from basically from the end of the waterfall, where the stream continues, but you could also climb up to the top of that waterfall and see how the water falls down from up there. So this was cool to get these different perspectives on the waterfall. It was also well prepared for people that can't walk securely anymore. So it was really really well made with respect to accessibility. Of course, you still had to walk some distance from the parking lot, but it was not a huge distance, and I think they also did this to reduce a little bit the effects of all the thousands of tourists walking along there, carrying away the ground. So they had some... No. Just no. Okay. Fish. Where are you? Yeah, where? I now wanted to fight that Enderman, now the Enderman is gone. What? Why? That's not cool. Stealing my dirt and then disappearing. Stupid Enderman. Yeah, so they used some rubber mats to keep the soil in place. We also saw one person who, I guess, can't walk any more long distances. He had some kind of, not really wheelchair, but it was more like an electrified chair. So basically it was like not a full-blown wheelchair, but a small little chair you can drive with. And he drove along that area quite rapidly. That was cool. That was nice to watch. And yeah, then after we saw enough of this waterfall, we continued on to yet another waterfall. A waterfall that is next to a, well, very pointy mountain. And from the right angle, you can basically get a picture of the waterfall and the pointy mountain. And this makes this waterfall apparently super special. The waterfall itself was cool, but not really cool. So I guess it was more like this, hey, you're right next to this pointy mountain. And this mountain looks really cool. This, I have to admit. Okay, really need a place to dispose all this junk. Maybe I need to descend into my cave and throw everything into the lever to clear and clean a little bit my inventory. Okay, this is just this guy. And yeah, so we took some pictures of this pointy mountain with waterfall in the foreground. This is not caused by Enderman. So, yeah, this basically marked the end of the day. We drove home, got some dinner, and then we got some more Northern Lights. This time they were really beautiful, they were really huge, they were really big. There were quite some significant Northern Lights. I was really surprised that my camera can actually record video footage of Northern Lights. So I recorded a 50-minute long sequence, which looks really cool when speeding up. I think I can just throw this away, this fishing rod, which looked really cool when increasing the speed. So then the Northern Light was really moving. So it was cool. It was very nice. And yeah, so recorded and enjoyed the Northern Lights. I mean, it's so easy when you just need to stand around and watch the Northern Lights, and you don't have to focus also on taking pictures of it. And yeah, this was a very, very nice day. I think we can cover also Friday, September 15th. 2023, because this was the day where we left the West Fjords. Where we left West Iceland and we continued to the West Fjords. Haha, that's what we did. So it was a day of driving and traveling. After we left our accommodation, we decided, okay, we can go straight away to that town where the ferry leaves, because we wanted to take a ferry to save up some time, as otherwise it would have been a full day of driving. And taking the ferry makes things easier. So we saw another 4x4 road through a lava field. This was cool. On the one hand, it was so much fun to drive there, once again being the driver for the day. And on the other hand, it was also so fantastic to see this lava field up close, to drive through it, to see some faces in the stones and so on. So this was a lot of fun. This was really rewarding. Then we explored a little bit the city of Stykkishólmur, from where the ferry leaves. I had the impression, and I'm really sure, that some scenes of the movie, The Wonderful Life of Walter Mitty, I always forget how the movie is called, but Walter Mitty is basically how I call the movie, was recorded, was produced. So I also recorded some footage of these houses, and now I need to watch the movie and compare which houses they actually used, and then I hear a skeleton, and then use it for my video. So yeah, then we took the ferry. It was a 2-hour-long ferry ride before we arrived at the West Fjords. There we had to drive a little bit along some fjords to get to our place where we stayed for the next few days, for the next 4 days, I guess. On the drive there, we also saw a hot spring area where you can basically bath in the hot spring area, sit in the natural hot spring, and they even used it to create some kind of pool-looking structure. It was really like this bluish color for the pool that they completely filled with the water of this geothermal spring. Looked very cool. It was a little bit too late to try it out this day, but the next day, I guess, next day or the day after, we took a dip in this pool too. And yeah, this is super cool to have a pool filled with water from a geothermal spring. Must be cool during the winter time, I guess. And yeah, this covers the next 3 days. I hope you enjoyed this so far, and I hope you will be joining me next time, so tomorrow, when I continue to talk about Iceland. In this case, until tomorrow, my name is Sebbi. See you tomorrow. See you!